do the things that are within your control to be the healthiest version that you can be for you. That's the message right now. And strength training is one element within wellness, within the physical element of wellness, that we know it can drastically transform your life.
Welcome to the Love and Wellness Connection with Leon and Tal, helping you to elevate your health, deepen your love, and live more intentionally. Today's episode is all about strength training. This has had a massive part of both of our lives, and we're so excited to share with you not only what it's done for us, but what it can do for you and all of the benefits included.
So as you may know already, our whole purpose of running this podcast is to empower you as an individual and as a couple. And this is something which we really feel like we're not trying to be experts here. We want you to know that. We're here to just share our insights, have authentic conversation around that, and share the lessons that you can learn from over the years of experience we have.
And things that we're also working on at the moment. And something with strength training is that it's a continuous process. It's a continuous journey, a bit like life itself. And there's so many things that you can learn from your experience with strength training and progressing within the gym and within health and fitness in general.
Absolutely. So by the end of this podcast, you're going to have a deeper understanding of the benefits of strength training, what it's done for us, and how you can implement it into your life. So let's get into our own backgrounds of what strength training has done for us. So coming from a sports background myself, I feel like being able to exercise is so massive for my mental health, for my confidence, for my self-image. And many of you probably can relate to that. And if you don't relate to that, that's cool, because we want to encourage you to maybe start that journey for the first time. But for me personally, I've recognized how when I moved away from playing football at a competitive level, I really needed to, you could say, fill that void with something. And strength training was really that thing that I was able to replace football with. What I can say is, since training for over 10 years now, being able to transform my physique, gain over 20 kg of lean muscle, and, really get shredded in many, many moments as well. I've seen what strength training has done for my confidence, being able to control how my body looks, but more importantly, be able to build that confidence in myself and being able to overcome many things that come on this journey, such as, trying to improve certain exercises, get certain weights that you want to hit, and improve your technique as well, which is a whole nother thing. So I've really seen what this has done for me as a person and as a man. And I really know for a fact that anyone that hasn't embarked on this journey, if you haven't already, you've got amazing things to look forward to, because it doesn't just improve you physically, it improves you mentally, emotionally, and for me, even spiritually as well. I think it's a big part of my spiritual life and being able to have this as a foundation. So, why don't you share a little bit just about your background and what strength training has done for you in a nutshell?
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, my journey started definitely more of an aesthetic reason. And I'm sure this does for many people as well. You start working out in the gym because you want to change how you look. But then what you realize is that there's so much more to it. It's really about how you feel, your energy throughout the day. When you start lifting weights in particular, you build a lot more muscle in your body and you have a lot more energy and your body just performs better. And we're not going to get into all the science because there is so much, but there's so many benefits to longevity and living a long, healthy life that building muscle has.
And that compared to other trainings as well,
Yes.
like people just think exercise, whatever exercise you do is good, but like strength training specifically has benefits that not all other trainings have.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're very young at the moment and late 20s. And when I started strength training in particular, this was in my late teens. And so I wasn't thinking about longevity. I was thinking more about aesthetics. But now as I've developed on my journey, I realize all the other benefits that come with it. And in particular, how I feel on a day-to-day basis, and more so my confidence as well, my confidence within my body, my confidence in general life, because when you're lifting weight and you're pushing yourself and you're progressing in that way, it impacts you in a way that you wouldn't think, which is mentally as well. Building that resilience, pushing yourself outside of the comfort zone in a physical way that helps with mental challenges and other things that you're doing in life. And I didn't really realize that at first. And I'm sure many people didn't as well. But for me, it helped me with confidence, and specifically within how I felt in my body, how I saw my body. I was someone who used to have a lot of challenges when it came to body image, relationship with my body. I had an eating disorder when I was younger as well. And so strength training really helped me to develop a really positive relationship with my body and feel amazing in my own skin. And I'm really grateful for that.
It's special, yeah. And I know you've been on a really transformational journey, and I've been able to witness a lot of that. And one thing, the word you mentioned, confidence, and
Yeah.
we hear the word confidence thrown around a lot, and we all kind of think we know, but by definition, confidence actually comes from a Latin word fidere, which is to trust yourself, right? The point being, when you show up, especially when you don't feel like it, you start to trust yourself more. Hence, you have more confidence in yourself. That's the kind of purpose. So there's many times over the years that we've had gym sessions, a lot of the times, even to this day, but we don't feel like doing it.
Mhm.
But we do it because we know it's good for us. We know we're going to feel better afterwards. And it's going to give us a win for the day, for the week, whatever it may be. And we might be needing it. We all have moments where maybe feel like we had a bad day, whatever. And having a gym session can be that thing that you can grab onto and give yourself. It's like, maybe this is challenging, but at least I got this in, right? And even when things are going great, getting another win and stacking those wins. It's all about just being able to understand that the reason why you start to have more confidence is because you start to trust yourself more because you're showing up regardless of how you feel. And that's what really I feel like is important. The discipline with your strength training is what gives you the confidence in yourself. And having that as a foundational part of your exercise, going to the gym or doing strength training at home, wherever you do it, is so massive for your own self-image and how you view yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
Because you're showing up for yourself. And that's what it is at the end of the day. When you're building your physique, you're building so much more than that. You're building yourself as a person, you're building your discipline, you're building your consistency. And it's really easy for that to trickle in then to other areas. And I know definitely I find with myself and also with clients that we work with, when you start to improve yourself on a physical level within your health journey, and when you start to exercise as well and weight training in particular, you'll find that it has a really positive impact on loads of other areas of your life. So you're able to be a little bit more consistent with other things.
mhm.
And especially, work wise or other areas of your life within relationships or whatever it is, it has such a positive effect on those other areas. And it's a real easy win, as Leon mentioned, to start building that consistency, building that discipline, and building that trust with yourself.
Absolutely. And to be honest, like just on the topic of identity and everything around it, something that's really important to share is like, I actually remember a time where I didn't have much going on in my life. And I remember like the gym felt like the only thing I had, especially as a teenager. And I almost like built my identity around being a gym guy. And like, there's a positive to that where you can put maybe negative energy into something positive like gym and training. But a message to any young men listening to me, because I know a lot of you, follow me on Instagram. There's more to life than gym at the same time. I want you to know that, like remember that like the gym and training and stuff like this and getting these numbers and hitting these personal bests and being stronger than your friends and all this, it only means so much. And if you give too much meaning to these things, you can forget about all the other elements of your personality and the things that people love about you. And, I've seen some guys, they just literally all they live and breathe is gym. And it's like,
Mhm.
but there's other sides to you that you can really bring to the world and people love about you as well. So our aim here is like to make sure that for those of you that want strength training in your life, go do it and make sure you use it to build yourself up. But also to any young men or young women, remember there's more to you than just gym as well. It's an important thing I wanted to share because I remember a time where like, it was literally my identity was too heavily in that life. And if I didn't achieve a weight that I wanted or I wasn't strong that day, it would really mess me up. So it's important to kind of to have a balance with this as well, you know?
And because it's really easy once you have got that positive momentum going with it to get a little bit obsessive with
Yeah,
it.
you can get obsessive with
And
it.
there's a positive obsession,
Yeah.
I'd say, and there's a negative obsession. And coming
Mm.
into obsession, like if you're someone who has an addictive personality, like me, and a little bit like you as well, it's a really positive, healthy outlet. I was someone who used to party a lot. I used to drink a lot. And those were things that like I would do a lot of the time. Like I would spend a lot of my time doing, like many young people. And then I found that having this positive, healthy outlet,
Mm.
it was a good type of addiction for me.
Yeah. And I think making sure the focus is health.
Exactly.
Like the addiction to health, not vanity and how you look. That's so vital because we live in a social media world where we're always comparing to other people, want to look like him, want to look like her, whatever it is. And it's important for you to know, like, don't like get inspired by people if you want to. I get inspired by people. We both do, but we're never, and we've learned through mistakes. We never look at someone. We're like, oh, I wish I was them. I wish I looked like them. No, they're inspiring and they're gonna help me push so I can be a better version of me.
Yeah.
Don't let vanity, social media, however people look, make you feel like you're not worthy how you are right now. It's not against, it's not you versus other people. Our brain wants to compare to others. And I've as a man especially, right, like, I don't know what it is exactly for women, but it's like, you got to be the richest. You got to have the six pack. You got to have the best car. You have to have the best home. You got to have the best clothes. We're all so obsessive with judging, but you know what? What you learn as you mature as a man at 29 now, I've realized that stuff is so material. That stuff don't matter. That stuff is not what really matters in life. Yeah. And strength training, it's just strength training. How you look, try to improve it. But just remember, comparing to other people, there's always going to be someone who's richer, better looking, more abs, whatever. So just always have perspective and get inspired, but don't get caught up in comparison.
Yeah. Looking to other people as a sort of source of inspiration.
Massive.
Looking to your past self and your future self as a source of comparison. And just what you mentioned about social media, like it's so easy to go online and we see people who are in amazing shape. There's so many people out there, right? But what you don't see is that that person probably has been training for years or decades even. They've been eating a certain way. They've been like, maybe they have a personal nutritionist or a personal trainer. Like, you don't know what they have behind the scenes in order to get to that physique. And so on our journey, we can expect to see progress so quickly. But especially when you're building muscle, this takes a lot of time. It's quicker to lose weight than it is to build muscle. And getting a certain physique, you're going to have to learn the technique of how to do that.
Takes time. Like at the start, you are going to see, some people call it like newbie gains, but like eventually that kind of levels out. Yeah, it plateaus, but levels out, and you're going to have to work harder to get the same results, especially as you get older in life, which is another thing. But the point being, I want to just say this as well. Like this just hit me when you're talking. Not only that, you don't see the work they do in private and just be inspired by the results, but like you are just seeing the highlights.
Yeah.
You're not seeing when they're failing in the gym a lot of the time. You're not seeing these influencers or whatever when they're vulnerable or like they're sick or they're ill and they've had to rebuild themselves. You're not seeing these things from a lot of influencers because they just show the highlights. And, you know, as people that are trying to influence in a positive way that like we are as a couple, you also got to know this, like some people are using performance enhancing drugs, some people have BBLs. Like, it's very important. I know so many people that look up to people and they're trying to attain a physique that's unattainable without some enhancement. It's unattainable without you getting surgery. So you got to know, in this world we live in, there's a lot of things that can skew your perception of what is actually achievable for you. That's why you got to sometimes numb the noise and say, you know what can I do that's going to make me better? And it's all about me being better than myself last year, last week, last month. And before you know it, if you stay on that journey, you're going to get to where you want to be. And you're going to become your best version of yourself and reach your full potential. But for as long as you look at other people, you're always going to feel like you're not good enough. And you can't let yourself fall into that because it's easy to do.
And that's why it has to be so much more than just how you look. How you look is just, you know, one element.
But we all want to look good, right?
Of course we want
to. Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to look good, by the way. It's just not controlling your life.
And knowing that there's so much more to it. Because when you focus on the fact that you're stronger, you know, maybe you can carry suitcases when you're going on holiday easier, or carrying the shopping in. If you're someone who's slightly older, you know, knowing that you're going to be able to live a longer, healthier life. And one of the reasons that people go into care homes a lot sooner is because they can't do something as simple as a squat because their legs can't lift them up and down, even going up and out of bed or going to the toilet, or like these simple things that we take for granted now when we're young. If you don't have strong, healthy legs, that's going to impact you when you're older. So knowing that you're building this up, you're building your body, you're building your confidence, you're building your consistency, your discipline, all of these areas are such incredible parts of the journey of strength training, of improvement. And looking great, looking sexy, that's, you know, a positive byproduct.
Yeah, but do it for you. Just remember, do it for you. Don't do it for no one else. Be healthy for you. Be in shape for you. Everything else is secondary. you know?
And something that you can get connected to as well, not just for you, but like your immediate family. How is your immediate family going to be positively impacted by you being healthier?
Mm,
Maybe you have children, you can run around with them for longer, or you're going to live a longer, healthier life.
yeah.
There's so many people that they don't take care of their health when they're young, and then when they get slightly older to like midlife or above, they have all of these health problems, and like maybe they get sick or they get ill, and then all these things come as a byproduct of that one thing because they didn't take care of their health.
It catches up to them. Yeah, it
Mhm,
catches up to them. And don't get me wrong, guys. Like, it's important that we don't sound too polarizing in the sense where, like, doesn't mean that being healthy and strength training makes you immune to things, right?
mhm.
No matter who you are, the healthiest people, things can happen, and unfortunate situations can arise. But the point is that the reason why, again, we're doing this podcast is because control the controllables. Do the things that are within your control to be the healthiest version that you can be for you. That's the message right now. And strength training is one element within wellness, within the physical element of wellness, that we know it can drastically transform your life. Like, I know that for sure. The key takeaways really are just about what we've shared so far is do it for you first. Other people will benefit afterwards. Remember that it's you against you. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
Remember that it's about health first, and it should be, because health is the most valuable thing we have in life, and progressing on your health journey is amazing, right? It's hard to think about this, right? It's hard to live a happy life if you don't have health, right? And progress equals happiness. In life, we feel generally happy when we're making progress. So my message to you is, doesn't it make sense to progress on your health journey to improve your happiness in life? It's a great thing to think about.
I love that.
That's why people who do that, they're genuinely much more happier mentally. Why don't you share that study that you mentioned?
Absolutely. Yes. So we've mentioned before that strength training has massively helped our mental health, for both of us. And it's a really good positive outlet. When maybe when you're having a bad day, having a win in the gym, or using strength training, using that physical exercise to release emotions. There was actually studies to prove this. So in 2019, there was a meta-analysis study done on over 1 million people, 1.2 million people. And what they found is that those who use strength training, they actually had 43% lower poor mental health days than those who didn't. And that's a significant number.
That's insane. That's insane. And meta-analysis is one of the most reliable forms of studies because it's a combination of loads of studies,
Yes,
which is great.
exactly.
So again, that just highlights what we're sharing from our own experience. The science and data backs it, which is awesome.
And it's also incredible for stress as well. So there's actually something called the stress inoculation effect. And this essentially means when you're exposing yourself to stress in a controlled environment, like in the gym, when you're strength training, this can help you to be more resilient to other stresses outside. So let's say you've got a stressful situation at work or at home. When you're strength training and building your stress tolerance in that environment, it can help in other areas. So the effects go on so many levels and so many areas. And really what we're aiming to do just with this part of the podcast is show you that yes, you can have physical benefits. Yes, you can have benefits for your discipline, but for your mental health, for how you think, how you perform, strength training can really help in an indirect way as well. And that's really profound.
Something I know that we both really appreciate about this journey of wellness, strength training in particular, and going to the gym is that community is something which is a byproduct of being in a social environment like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's really cool to have that type of rapport with people where you are both on your own journey. Like, this is as a couple, but also just friends and people you meet in the gym, where the great thing you have in common is you're both working towards bettering yourself, improving your health, and achieving whatever health goals that you may have. And I think it's a great thing to be able to spark conversations and kind of be a great icebreaker to start relationships with. That's something which I've really benefited. I met some of my best friends and people in my life because of the gym and because of this journey of wellness, specifically with training. So it's a great thing. And it's also like a great social activity. Like, I know with your brother, Joe, someone who, is like a younger brother to me now. Like, I love when I see him and we go for a gym session together. And I love when I see family members of mine, like cousins of mine. I always go training with them because it's like a nice way to work on ourselves, but
And
also,
connect.
like catch up and connect. And I feel like it's for someone that's like very health conscious, like me and you. I feel like that's a great way of us going and spending social time. Like, we're not really that couple that goes to the pub and has a drink or like does stuff like that. Like, we respect to everyone that does, but we don't really do that. We don't smoke, we don't drink, we don't, do you know what I mean? We're plant-based, like we live a very clean, healthy, wellness-based lifestyle. And that don't make us better than anyone, right? It's just the way we choose to live. And,
Yeah.
you know, socially, we just feel like that's the way that we like to connect with the people we love. Yeah.
Yeah, and as Leon said, these are life choices that we feel help us live the healthiest, best life. And this is, not something that we started out on. It was a natural progression to being healthier, to changing our diet, to changing our social settings. All of these things we really enjoy, and everyone is different. But we find that, going to the gym or going to, for me, Pilates classes or, group workouts or,
I'm going paddle a lot recently.
yeah,
So that's
paddle.
like my version. Pilates and paddle.
So going to these kind of different workout environments or different social settings, we're able to connect with like-minded people. We're able to meet lots of like-minded people. And I personally love meeting someone who's on their health journey, who's working on themselves, because more likely than not, they're working on other areas of themselves within their lives. And there's something incredible about being around like-minded, positive, growth-oriented people. And this is something that we love, and we really encourage that for you because it can help so many different areas of your life. And it's such a positive thing to be around.
This overall wellness lifestyle that we have been striving to live for many years together is absolutely improved our quality of life, and social is one of those areas, right? And this is why, you know, wellness is something you can't just speak about only through physical, or only through mental, or only through emotional. Like, there's everything impacts everything.
Mhm.
And us speaking about strength training, what you're seeing is you're getting an insight into how it's improved other areas of our life, and how all the other areas of our life impact one another.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, and by the way, like, it's important to say, we've got friends that do like to do other stuff, do like to go to a bar, and we love them, right? It doesn't mean we judge these people. It just means for us personally, we've just found that these habits are the ones we like to indulge in more, you know? Okay, so let's get into exactly how you can implement strength training into your life to improve this area of your physical wellness. Okay, so first things first, if you haven't actually started this journey of strength training in any way, no worries, right? I recommend personally, as a coach myself, start off with 1 to 2 days per week that you can commit to training in the gym or with the equipment you may be able to purchase and bring at home. Gyms are the best, right? I personally feel like they've got more equipment, and it's like a routine to get yourself there. It's like it's all kind of changing your environment. But of course, if you don't have access to a gym, absolutely get some dumbbells for home, right? But whatever it is, whatever you're going to do with your strength training, 1 to 2 times per week is a great, realistic, achievable goal. I know so many people that I speak to that tell me, yeah, I want to start going gym 4 or 5 times a week from nothing. And habits, they don't get created like that. And it's a bit crazy because
You're
you,
putting too much on yourself
you're putting too much pressure and you're setting too many high expectations. And we can tend to fall victim to that, because as soon as you set the high expectation,
and you don't
you
meet
don't
it.
meet it, you just sack it off.
Yeah, you give up.
So, and we've all done that before. I've done that many times with different areas of my life where I've said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," right? And like, so you gotta start somewhere and build it up progressively.
Yeah, exactly. And something that you could also do if you are going to the gym, there's loads of people there who are working at the gym. And so you can ask them for advice on the machine, or like ask them to correct your form, for example, if you're new and starting small. But there's so many great videos on YouTube as well. So many experts who are giving tips on strength training, and so many different apps out there as well, which guide you through the exact movement so you can follow a plan, and you can say how much you can commit each week, just starting out as a beginner. And then you can move to the more advanced and intermediate levels as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And checking people out on YouTube, specifically knowing who to check out. There's a gentleman called Jeff Nippard, Jeffnippard. Science-based guy, really amazing. You may or may not know him, but I've got his programs, and I recommend people to check him out if they're trying to improve their technique, because he's a great YouTube channel and person to look at. And there's many others. Like, just find people that you like, but definitely trying to get your technique early is going to help reduce your risk of injury and improve your enjoyment and improve your results as a byproduct of doing that, right?
Mhm.
Technique over weight every single time. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, these are things that you can start doing. But another thing is, try and find a workout partner,
Yeah.
right? Find a workout partner, because you will feel accountable and you will push yourself more in the sessions, right? Even me as a coach myself and as a trainer, like, train better when I'm with someone else. It's just human nature. We're less likely to rest too much between our sets or be on our phone too long or whatever it may be. So get yourself a workout partner and try and go with someone that also maybe is at a similar place or similar strength level to you, and you can support one another. And even if you're not at the same level, that's fine. Go and find someone to work out with.
Yeah, and it's a great source of accountability as well, especially if you are starting out on your health journey. Having someone that you're checking in with or you're encouraging or is supporting you on the journey, it just makes it a little bit easier to start to build up those habits.
And we like to train like individually most of the time, but we do train together sometimes as well. And like I even notice it is that like I will train harder if I'm with Tal, right?
He wants to impress me.
Of course. But the point being is
He wants
like,
to show me how strong he
yeah,
is.
okay. Yeah. I'm joking now, but the point is like that's natural, right? That's natural, especially if it's your partner. Yeah, but you're funny. But you know what it is? Yeah, I see her as well. She does the same on the hip thrust glute machine. Don't worry, I know you. She does the same thing, right? But the point is, if you're with someone, you're gonna train harder. And if you're in a couple, I definitely couldn't train with her all the time. Yeah,
Because I like to talk, and sometimes he doesn't want to talk.
I need my headphones on and just be in the zone. But definitely, like, you might be a couple that does enjoy training together all the time, and you know you don't need to train by yourself. You just want to be with each other all the time. And I see couples that are like that, and that's wicked. That's great to do that. Lean into that if you feel like your partner in life is like that as well. And
But you could even be going to the gym together, but training separately. And that in itself, like you're being around each other, you see each other, you can like check in or maybe just warm up or stretch together, but you're doing your own thing. And that's a great connecting time, in those increments, but you're still working on yourselves and supporting each other.
and even if you haven't got anyone, like some of you might be thinking, I don't know who I'm going to go with, and like go and make a friend in the gym. Like the great thing about the gym is you got people that are just like you trying to improve, and some of them are going to be starting off maybe just like yourself as well. So even if you're not starting off, by the way, you can do this. If you've been going gym for a few years, you can still do what I'm about to say to you, which is just go connect with someone. Like, I'll tell you the simplest, I'm going to drop some gems on you right now, right? Just go give a compliment to someone. If you like the way they're dressing, if you like the way they're training, go compliment them. Go ask them a question. Connect. Find something you have in common and build a friendship. Like, sometimes people are just so scared to go have a conversation. Yeah, but the point is, you never know. That person might be actually looking for someone to train with as well, and you may or may not train with them. But just go and meet some people, like expand your horizons, and you might end up making a few friends, and you end up getting your best workout buddy ever from doing that. And I've trained with people randomly just because I've gone and spoke to him in the gym, and I'm like, hey bro, like, do you come this time often? Yeah, cool. Maybe we can get a session in one time. We might not go ahead and book it the first time we meet, but after I see him a few times,
Say hi to them.
say hi.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, like one of them ones. Yeah, yeah.
And something that you can do.
Yeah, you good? Yeah, cool. And you do that a few times, and then you got a gym friend. You know what I mean? It's cool.
And you can just say, like, if you don't know what to say, that's a great opening. Maybe you can train some time. And then
don't be like Tal. Yeah, she'll go up to someone. Like, hey, hi. You want to train together?
No, I don't say that. He's like, but something.
Hi.
But something. Listen, something that you can do. I love to connect with like-minded people. Would you be up for connecting on socials? Just get their Instagram rather than their number. Connect with them, and maybe you can see them again and train together.
So yeah, overall, that is today's episode on strength training and what it's done for us in our life, what we hope it will do for you in your life. And if you're on that journey already, keep leaning into it. We hope we got some value. We hope you got some gems from today's podcast. That's been the Love and Wellness Connection podcast for today. We hope you got some value. Like, hype, subscribe, share it. Go ahead and support us. We want to see you win.